How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now I will try to do this intro as quickly as I can because I feel pretty stupid and silly. There's like another 3 people here in the Dreaming City behind the camera that are just normal patrolling, so I look dumb. Anyway, I thought that it would be a really good idea if I actually got together to film a theme video where I am the Taken King. Now, I'm not a Taken King, I'm the Taken Scrub, but I thought it would be a really good idea to get a little arsenal going, get the clothing, the sparrow, everything, including the exotic touch of Malice. So I will see you guys at Prophecy because we got stuff to do. Hey, would you look at that? We actually made it safely. I totally am going to do this little first introduction and not totally skip it. Alright, I'm going to try to explain the class as we go, but I know that the first question that I'm going to get from some random person is what weapons am I using? So let's actually get to it. So, Targeted Redaction and Thin Precipice are my hand cannon and the sword. They're both from Season of the Deep, I believe. They're both Taken weapons. That's pretty self-explanatory. And Touch of Malice, if you are unaware, as I hopefully won't die as I do this because that would be very embarrassing. But if you're unaware, Touch of Malice, basically scout rifle. If you get 10 stacks of charged blight by either doing hit markers or killing, you can basically shoot the Taken blights that you get hit with every 20 seconds in this dungeon. You can basically shoot it back at them, which is pretty cool, and you can kind of understand where we're going with that. However, the scout rifle itself does have a catalyst, which I do not have. So, right, the real kicker to the weapon, however, that I forgot to mention earlier, is that once you actually have 1 bullet left in the magazine, you will lose health, but you will do a lot more damage, and you basically have infinite ammo until you stop shooting or reload. That's basically it. So take this dude, for example, which... Alright, dude, alright, never mind. He's from the Hidden Leaf Village. Whatever. Maybe if he had actually not teleported, perhaps, perchance, you know, on some Naruto shit, I probably could have been able to actually give you guys a demonstration, but it doesn't matter. You get the point. So I just want to see how much critical damage, alongside that one fragment that I am forgetting the name of, that does sever targets the more critical hits you hit. That is a really good one that I have as well. And besides a couple other goodies that I'll explain as we go on, and at the end of the video, it's simply just a little how much can you actually shoot without actually backing down as the Taken King, basically. So like damn near every single ability that I have is like preferably darkness oriented, including the super and obviously prismatic, like I mentioned. And yeah, that's basically it. All right, so you guys know the drill. We're gonna try to go for a bunch of headshots, and I'm probably going... Hold on, what the fuck? All right, I'm probably going to... All right, let me see. Here's what I'm planning on doing. Prismatic, immediately do that. I'm gonna hide over here real quick before I die, and then I'm gonna shoot you with the blight. Some decent numbers, but nothing too crazy. The thing is, the blight itself, from what I know, does lingering damage, but I don't know if it's really that crazy or, you know, necessarily an amount that's so, you know, just so jarring to where, oh my god, but if you actually keep hitting critical hits, you're going to get it back. So, I mean, maybe it's designed so that if you have a full fire team of people using it, you can benefit and it can act like a wither horde. Probably not, but one thing it does do is that the actual meter for the dark energy, for the prismatic, it does go up when I actually hit with the poison and the blight. So I guess you could say that it is also a really good way, or a really good source of actually getting prismatic, similar to Necrochasm, Thorn, Osteo. It's basically the same thing. Necrotic Grip is another one. And as you can see, a little over half. Granted, now I was a little distracted shooting the ads and whatnot, and maybe I probably could have gotten to half if I had not taken so long to hit him with the super and whatnot. But for what it is, I would say that it delivers way more than the Wicked Implement that I tried not too long ago in Heresy, though. I'm not gonna lie. Also, something that I want to point out, I was kidding about having 6 people on a fire team. It was hitting from anything from 8 to 10,000 a shot. The blight was doing pretty good as well. And not only that, again, like I said, I get both of my meters. Now, I do believe that you get, I think it's rapid hit or triple tap. I don't remember which of the two. Probably rapid hit if you have the catalyst. So there is a lot of room for improvement, but I just wanted to make that note real quick because I don't think I mentioned it during the damage phase. All right, as we keep the dream alive, I actually have to ask, like, pose the question, because if you actually were to use an empowering rift, you could probably do a lot more damage. Okay, but at that point you don't have the healing, so it's literally like a YOLO move, unless you're like in like a Well of Radiance maybe, or dipping out of a bubble. Maybe you have like a healing turret, maybe you have like a healing grenade on standby, maybe you have someone that has like that one auto rifle, or maybe even Lumina. But it doesn't matter. I need to focus more on the boss and not the ads, and actually get some critical hits. Can you stop? All right, there we go. Anyway, I actually didn't mean to hit him with a healing grenade, but again, the damage, keep hammering away. 2000 on impact, but I shot him in the foot and it just keeps lingering. So I would say that it's probably on par with Witherhoard, because Witherhoard does like, I think 64,000 a shot. And this thing still, I mean, it's not doing any more damage, but it was for a little bit. So it's probably equivalent for being in the same slot, although you probably would not even consider using this for an actual raid. However, that is, unless everyone's in like a well and maybe the boss doesn't shoot at you, maybe like Atheon, but even still, that doesn't make any sense. Granted, a lot of those things actually don't matter, and the reason why is because the weapon has a really good rate of fire, which is another thing. There's a lot of scout rifles, like for example, Polaris Lance is one that I can probably pick from to actually draw this comparison in this example. You get rewarded with Polaris Lance for shooting at a distance, taking your time. Every fourth bullet, if it's a critical, it's going to have like that, I think it's 4 or 5 bullets, I don't remember. It's gonna detonate, you know, that little ignition. You actually get something out of it. The same thing happens. I'm almost dead. Holy shit, what the fuck? All right, dude, see, that's not so taken essence of me. You see that? That's not so taken-ish. So I do like the weapon. I do like the fact that there are weapons in Destiny, like Vex Mythic class, that is another one. That is like, I don't know how you would explain it. I don't want to say gimmick, because I don't think gimmick is like the right word. But I do like that Vex Mythic class. Bop. Can I get both? Hold on. Whatever. Anyway, Vex Mythic class, that's an exotic that, for example, you have the normal firing mode, right? Which is, you know, the one that we all know and love. And you also have the little linear mode, which is like a version of Arbalist, which is pretty weird. Now, I personally am not a fan of scout rifles as it is. This one, though, however, I would say top 3 for sure, and that's not even a question. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to continue to pick these guys off so that I can get orbs of power, so that I can get healing, so that I can get the orbs and the motes before anything else. Can you please move? What the all right, as we close the final boss as a cheeky little 3-phase, I would say that probably if you were to, I think the ammo count for the magazine is fine, considering you want to exhaust it as quick as you can so that you can get the actual one bullet that you care for ready. That's pretty obvious. Now, I'm actually going to try to hide over here. I might get my prismatic back by the time that he actually does this thing. So I'm going to play my life, because the only thing that would really be better in this situation than what I have going on, I would imagine, would have to be probably threatlings. Like if every time that I put a rift down to actually heal myself, I had threatlings, that would be really nice. But as you can see, I showed you, I already had the full darkness meter ready, and the light one, I got it from touch. So I think I'm just going to commit, because I actually need to hurry up. Like desperately. I actually need to neuter this man, which, please don't fall. There we go, dude. I'm so glad I picked the sword of all things. Now get out quick. There we go. All right, totally not panicking last second there, whatever. Anyway, yeah, like I said, if my little rifts actually gave me my what's it called, my threatlings and stuff like that, I think maybe that would make it better, but that's about it. So this might actually sound wicked as hell, but I do remember that there was a video that crossed my YouTube section a while ago, and it was like some dude doing like a master heresy, and it's obviously fake, right? But I was actually wondering, because I sent the video to one of my friends and we were talking about the subject and whatnot, if they were to actually bring back one, or not bring back because they're not gone, right? But if Bungie were to send a tweet saying, hey, we're going to take one dungeon and make it master mode, which one are you picking? Granted, there's 8 dungeons and there's only 3 that don't have master mode, and those are Heresy, Prophecy, and Shattered. And I will be completely honest with you, I personally am of the belief that out of all the 3 dungeons, which, by the way, Blight against Blight, pretty decent. It does take damage over time, which is pretty weird. I don't think I've ever seen that with anything. Necrotic, Witherhoard, nothing. Like, I don't think I've ever actually seen that happen. Maybe because those things, like, you know, actually have gravity. This thing just kind of stuck against the, you know, projectile itself, like the Blight. Maybe that's why, but yeah. That's not the point, however. The point is, Shattered Throne, that dungeon is cheeks. Literally no one wants to play that. There's not even rally flags in that dungeon. And Heresy only has 1 boss. No reason whatsoever to make a dungeon that's master mode, because the only encounter that people will farm for Artifice is going to be Soulmock, which already drops high armor. It's not going to happen. As much as I would love to see a master heresy, I think the only one that really makes sense is Prophecy. And it's probably because you have 2 boss fights, you have plenty of encounters. This whole section, if you were to add champions, would be annoying as hell. People would probably actually respect it. And the Minotaurs as well, if these invisible Minotaurs, if you were to do this on Master, they would probably do a lot more damage. So I don't know. I just feel that, but by the way, I kind of want to mention in this section now that I'm here, I feel extremely powerful because I actually swapped Helion for the, I don't remember the name, Mark of the Abyss one, whatever, the one that gives you the Bower when you get like an ability kill. Granted, my only abilities besides my super are the actual Needle Storm melee, so arcane needles. So I'm kind of limited, even though I have 3 of them, but it's pretty nice. I never thought of actually, I guess you could say, having that work so efficiently as it does, because I'm not really a fan of, if I'm doing damage to a boss, I want to go shoot ads. But in this case for Prophecy, it actually works because you basically have to for the first encounter and a little bit for the last encounter. But now that I actually mentioned it before, like in the actual dunes and whatnot, if you were to actually have a master encounter for this, or like a master version of this particular encounter, it would be hell, dude. Because if you told me that the overloads are the little dudes up top, that would be too unbearable, because obviously that would just make this a harder encounter. Because, bro, who the hell is going to continuously stun overloads? No, it's not happening, right? But if one of the 2 dudes on the floor was an overload or something, maybe that could have something to do. Or if the actual mechanic of suffer, are you gonna pass away? Perhaps, maybe, perhaps. There we go. Damn, dude, it took like 2 days. So it's probably not as good as Wither Horde. I should probably retract that statement before it's too late. All right, and now comes the, I guess you could say, part that I don't want to say I dislike, but I've always applauded Bungie for this dungeon, because I think that the mechanic of you got to get light and dark and you don't even know where the fuck the actual light and dark ones are, because it tells you on your screen as mist. I think that's always been really cool, because every time that you think about encounters, it's always something on the screen telling you, you gotta get this, and you have like 20 seconds, like duality, for example, or like suppressive darkness, and a whole bunch of other things, right? Or not suppressive darkness, sorry, the actual pervading darkness from like Vow and stuff like that. These are things, or like the timer from Crota when you actually have to wait, or like the limbing terror or whatever when you're doing Root of Nightmares. You get the point. There's always something. And personally, I've always given Prophecy credit, because in my opinion, I think Prophecy has one of the best boss fights ever, because the boss fight is whatever, but the actual rooms, I like that they change every single time, unlike Duality, Ghost, Spire, Heresy, you name it. And I also like the fact that when you're doing the dungeon, like I said, it's not something that's on the screen saying that you have a timer, but rather it's an actual thing that's on your screen, literally, that if you stand here, it's light, if you stand here, it's dark, and you get the point. That moat fell into the abyss, whatever. Doesn't matter. So I think this is another encounter that if they were to actually ever at some point master Prophecy, I doubt it, but I mean, they did bring back the, what's it called? The weapons from Last Wish and Deepstone. They did make them craftable, so who knows? But Bungie, if you ever were to bring back this actual dungeon as like a, hey, master Prophecy, it is free after all, I would probably suggest that this encounter, at the end, both bosses have like an actual health bar. Now, I don't mean that it's like a 2-boss fight, because it's gonna feel like it's straight out of Dark Souls and there's like little to no room in here, unless you can just immediately go fire and that's it. But I think it would be pretty cool, because the fact that they're 2 big enemies, but they both don't have like anything, no merit, no nothing, they just spawn, they're a little inconvenience, and then you're on your way. That's basically it. And I almost died. I got really close to cutting it, but dude, it's every time that I film these videos, like for the most part, I usually end up getting lost in my words sometimes, and I have to go back and remember what the hell I was saying like 5 minutes ago. And then like, so I'm sorry if you guys actually pay attention to everything that I say and you keep up. I am very sorry, bro. All right, we made it to P Diddy's backyard, so now we just have to fight his 2 brawlic bodyguards so that we can actually exit into freedom. So let's see what happens if I hit you with that. Are you gonna die to one? No, of course you're not. But again, it's some decent damage, but it's the fact that it lingers that kind of makes it a little bit more worth it. But it doesn't linger for long enough to where you can remember. It's probably 3 to 4 seconds, if that. But I already have it back, so I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I applaud Bungie. I actually should go and get the catalyst for this weapon, which, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll get it and never use it like I do with a lot of other ones. I am very positive that this could literally kill a GameCube, a Nintendo DS, a PSP. This could kill any of those consoles, bro. Like, we had video games forever ago that were like, I don't even know what you would call it. We had video games forever ago that were like 60 megabytes, and that was like the entire game. It's like, bro, this whole encounter that I'm in has to be at least, I don't even know. If you're a game designer and you know, comment down below, but this has to be at least minimum, at least 2 gigs, right? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, really, who knows, right? But minimum 2 gigs, and that's like an actual playable area that I can go to. Please, I'm gonna jump off. I don't want to die to this. Oh, I'm alive. Look at that. That was straight up talent. which, by the way, I've never, ever, ever done this legit. Every single time that I do this, I always take the route of like jumping the salsa cups for like the Doritos and stuff like that. The little ones that are off to the side that you can use as a shortcut every single time. So, is it over here? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Let's go. No, what the fuck? No. Ah, dude. All right, cool. No, yeah, just amazing. Yeah, no. You see, this is the exact reason why I don't use this. Why would I be inclined to use it if I land on it and you, whatever? Ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Look at all the party streamers. I'm gonna do it again successfully. You see this? I made it. I made it, dude. I'm amazing. Literally. It's like you could go and tell me that there's like 10 ways of doing this. I'm always gonna pick the same one, and it's gonna be going down the blocks. And look at this. Look at this. Can I call? No. Please. Let me call it before it actually. Please. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, please let me call it back before it actually gets destroyed, so I don't have to walk, because this sword does not have anything from eager edge to none of that good stuff. So this one, pretty. Oh goddamn! Please don't do that. Don't do that. I would rather go up again. It's all right. It's all good. Because I'm not dying again to that. But yeah. Again, it's like I've never taken this route. Splits into 3. I'm going to go down the middle because I'm a sheep. I really hope that this is the right one. Okay, never noticed that they were taking thingies right there. That's very horrible. More reasons why you will never see me take this path ever again. Even if it's like a sure shot to the actual chest, I don't care. I'm not doing that. Damn, I actually remember when you can get Death Adder from this chest, because it was a long time ago. And then Bungie decided that they wanted to remove it, which was pretty weird to me. I didn't really understand why you want to add something to then remove it. I think Bungie does a really good job at confusing the player base that keeps it afloat, because you add DLCs to then remove them to then... Oh, okay, cool. I got the Glimmer, but I did not get the actual weapon. Okay. There we go. Judgment. Okay. All right. You know what? Enlightened opening shot. I'll keep that because I have a feeling that you're just going to tell me that that's going to be good in season 37. So I'm just going to save it, right? Because hello? Am I really that fat, bro? Am I really this fat that I can't get the Sparrow through the wedge? There we go. All for nothing, because I literally left it right here. I'm so sorry, Sparrow. I really hope that you find it in your heart to forgive me. Okay. What? Nah. There's no... All right, the immediate plan of action is to just go and get any, because there's always bound to be one that's going to be either or. I usually always get the short end of the stick, and I end up smacking a dude that's dark, and then it's like triple light or something. So I'm gonna get light because light is more popular, apparently, perhaps. And I just think that this first room just has a lot more light than dark. So I don't think it's a perfect balance, if you will. So let's just quickly take care of you. And I'm actually looking forward to this boss fight. This boss fight was actually the reason why I was so inclined to do this, because the boss fight itself... Can you please stop being annoying, bro? You were like a ball hair away from actually dying, and you pushed me to the wall. Anyway, whatever. Like, this boss fight, you have to keep going close to him, like, every single time, progressively more and more, to actually survive and not get killed by the entropy. But that being said, the one thing that I like about him is that you can hide from the actual rocks, and then he can't hit you, but you can hit him because you can see his head. And because I'm using a precision scout rifle, that is going to be very beautiful. So I'm actually very excited to see how it goes. Okay, so we have prismatic, we have armor charges, we have a little bit of everything. So let's immediately start with prismatic. Hit you 2 times, and then the super. There we go. 1 more melee, and then 1 nade. I'm gonna quickly plop this down in a second, but first I'm gonna get some precision shots. So I have the blight times 10, but I'm going to wait it out a little bit more. I'm going to put this down. 1 more nade, 2, okay, and then already amazing damage. Now, I am not disregarding that that was a nasty voice crack. Holy hell. I was going to say, I'm not disregarding that I hit the man with a super, okay? So I know that at least half of what I've done is from that, but look at this. I can throw the healing grenade. My entropy is at 4. I know that I have to get closer. It's at 5 now, but look, I can do that, and I can just keep getting closer and inching my way towards him, but I can keep precision shotting him. Now, I do have 2 surges. I have... Oh my god, I almost fell. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta focus. I can't use my rift. I actually have to save it and be smart so that I can... Because I don't think this is gonna be a 2-phase. Oh man, maybe perhaps I would have to get so very lucky. It's doing pretty good, but it's not doing nearly as much as it should for me to clear. Okay, that's major. I think we might actually be able to get our super. as well. Yeah, we will. We're doing way too much damage for the game not to give it to us. But yeah, so this final one, apparently, and not apparently, it just so happens to be the final one, is the perfect one to actually headshot him, because look, this is going to push him under half, 100%. Yep. And then I can just stand right here. Oh man, it's so annoying because I want to keep shooting, but I have to do so many things to stay alive and move up with him. I feel like this was a good pick because I have to be in constant movement and healing and shooting ads, that it just works really well. So far, believe it or not, I would say that if you have Devour, this is probably one of the best primaries that you can have in the exotic slot that breaks the mold and actually makes it really fun and enjoyable to play Destiny. And it's because, hold on, I'm trying to focus. I really hate this room. This is easily the one that I hate the most out of all three. Anyway, sorry. The reason why I say that is because, think about it like this. The actual Touch of Malice, long range damage, really good. You want to do burst damage to like a big group of enemies, you have the Blight that you can also hit them with. You need a weapon that can do decent damage if your other weapons don't have ammo. Probably wouldn't be using Touch of Malice as like the main exotic, but I digress. It still defends itself really well, and it just looks really cool. I mean, I feel that the weapon is really good for a lot of instances, and it does pump out a good damage, like a good amount of damage. But if you're like close range, if you don't have a Blight, there's like nothing, because it's unique, which is the same thing that I was talking about when I said Vex Mythic class and Touch of Malice are two really good exotics that do a good job at that. It's like they just have a uniqueness factor to it. And then, you know, Skyburner's Oath, I was dogging that scout rifle last video, but it really does deserve the hate. It does deserve the hate. It's just like so unbearable. Like if you watched Recess and you hate that little kid, I forgot the name, like Danger Ernie or whatever the fuck his name was. I truly don't remember. I hated that kid with my passion. The snitch, the one that had a notepad with him at all times, dude. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta run half a marathon to actually pop that right there, and then this should be the final one. So let's hit you with a Blight. I was gonna say with a brick, just you know, just for good measure. And then that was not the last one. I forgot that there's one more over here. I don't even know. I don't have like a specific reason as to why I just really dislike this particular room. I think there's 4 rooms in total, which is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But I think the other 2 rooms are just better. I don't know what it is about them. I think it's because you have more cover and there's not a huge gaping hole in the middle that's like there just enticing you, and it's like it looks like a pool. I don't know, it is what it is. So one more Blight for good measure. Let me actually focus on y'all so I don't die. I need to get Orbs of Power before I leave. Not concerned about the heavy. I have super, I have prismatic, I have a rift. I think I'm very much ready to go. I probably should have just ran, because there is a high chance that if I don't two-phase, it's because I don't actually have the the armor charges up. I really hope that's not an issue, but it might be. So already really good damage, as you can see. The super, what the fuck? All right, no, never mind. We're not two-phasing. We gotta park the beat. We gotta fucking leave the car in park. We're not going anywhere. Man, I was really hoping that would actually not happen, or not happen. I was not expecting that to happen, but I was kind of hoping that no hiccups would happen so that we can two-phase it, because I mean, granted, we already got the room that I really dislike in Prophecy, so if I had gotten another one, it would have not been a big deal. So let me go closer. I probably could try. I will get Prismatic back 100%, but I probably could get away with getting my hands on my super one more time, which if I do, that's just going to completely decimate him. So I really hope it doesn't happen. I really don't want to plop the rift. Okay, quick. We gotta be hurt. We gotta be hurry. What? Hello? We gotta be quick as fuck. We are going to get super. This is basically my last rift until I get prismatic. So this damage is going to give me my prismatic, right? Yup, there we go. It's still not going to give me my rift because this thing takes forever. 2, 3, okay. Please, bro, please don't make me stay again, please. Please, bro, I will hit you with the super. I don't care. I will hit you with the super if need be. All right, never mind. Please. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. I don't give a fuck. You're dead. There we go. Hold on. This is so dramatic. I've never been like really far away when I kill this man. Hold on. No. There we go. Kneel. Imagine. Oh man. Okay. Overall thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, as we close this episode, I would have to say that the weapon Touch of Malice, really good. I would say I would give it an 8 out of 10. I think the 2 points that it's lacking are, number one, you don't take that much health. It doesn't take that much health off of you, which is really good. But you have no survivability when it comes to close range. And if this is your only weapon, you're not doing anything. You're going to die because if you shoot and you haven't reloaded, you're gone. And by the way, here's the class: Needle Storm, a normal rift. You can pause to read it if you want. Here are the weapons: Thin Precipice and Targeted Redaction. Eye of Another World for the ammo, and that was basically a kinetic surges all around. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later with a different video. Peace out, everyone. Have a good one. Later.